going from one saga to another saga. The Zion Williamson saga is continuing on. It's lingering on. And it took a new turn a couple days ago when it was reported that despite being in New Orleans for a couple of weeks, CJ McCollum was obviously traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson had never reached out to offer some type of gesture, hello, courtesy remark. We hadn't heard anything. We haven't heard anything from Zion all year. Obviously, he's been rehabbing a foot injury. There's been speculation about him potentially needing another foot surgery as he has encountered several setbacks. Now, the irony is he's rehabbing with the blessing of the Pelicans in Portland, the very location of an NBA team that traded CJ McCollum to the New Orleans Pelicans to join up and link up with Zion Williamson. And apparently, according to CJ McCollum, again, he said on an interview during All-Star Weekend that he hadn't heard from Zion ever since his arrival. So in the last 24 hours, Zion Williamson has apparently reached out to CJ McCollum. So I understand that from one perspective, people want to focus on the health aspect and how for Zion Williamson, they've got a lot of concerns about his health moving forward. This is the potentially second, third surgery on your foot for a big guy who's 6'7", 300 plus pounds. I've seen some of the videos. He looks like he's put on a few pounds, not muscle. But to be honest, I am a little bit more optimistic about the health perspective. I don't care as much. I obviously am worried and concerned, but I'm not as concerned about the health perspective as maybe some other people are. But what is surprising to me and what I am confounded by is when I've always watched Zion Williamson play, for me, part of the reason why I loved him when he played at Spartanburg Day High School, when he was a high school kid, when he played at Duke, when he made the jump from Duke to the NBA, his first couple years in the NBA, the one characteristic I love the most about Zion Williamson, beyond just the radiant smile and the raw, natural athleticism, which is off the charts, is the joy that he played with, is this kind of youthful exuberance that he played with. It's the passion and the desire and the deep care and commitment he had shown over the course of his young career to his teammates across every level. He looked like a player. He struck me as the kind of player that was extremely committed to his team, that was very unselfish, wasn't concerned about his own personal stats, wasn't concerned about his own ego, that he deeply cared about his teammates. He wanted to be out there. Zion Williamson bust through a shoe in college. It was recommended that he sit out the rest of the season to likely hold on to his number one overall draft stock. And he said, the hell with that. I want to play basketball. I want to be out on the floor with my teammates. And he came back. He ran the risk of possibly losing a shoe deal worth $100 million and the money he could have made had he hypothetically, knock on wood, injured himself before the NBA draft. He didn't care about that. He wanted to play basketball. And so the reason why this is confounding to me is because of who Zion Williamson has portrayed himself to be throughout the course of his NBA career. And it never dawned on me that perhaps if someone is so disgruntled, so dissatisfied with their location, that a guy like Zion, again, I'm not talking about a guy like Ben Simmons, I'm not talking about a guy like James Harden or others who have been disgruntled in their locations. A guy like Zion, I never thought he would act this way, would act so passively, would be so disengaged, because quite frankly, it is shocking and also extremely disappointing, because I love Zion Williamson and obviously who he is as a basketball player, as a talent when he's out on the floor, when he's healthy. He's a menace. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists last season on 61% shooting. 61%. His efficiency is through the roof. In his first 2 years in the NBA, even in his condensed rookie season, which he didn't play many games, he still averaged 22, 6, and 2 on 58% shooting. Again, followed that up, becoming an all-star last year. Hasn't played at all this season, but to not extend even a courtesy hello to CJ McCollum, I'm perplexed because it just seems so against who Zion Williamson is, what his character has presented himself to be. And so all I'll say is, I know JJ Redick has come out on some national networks and some national television shows and has claimed that Zion Williamson has been a detached teammate ever since his arrival, because JJ Redick played his final 2 years of his career with the Pelicans when Zion was drafted. And I'm certainly not going to question JJ Redick. He knows better than anyone. All I'll say is, I don't know if I can go that far and make the claim or utter that I am going to accuse him of being a detached teammate. But I will say that if I'm Zion Williamson, I would recommend perhaps you reevaluate who you are getting guidance and direction from. Because whoever is making those recommendations, encouraging him to stay kind of astray from the group, I think they're making a poor decision, and I think they're not giving him the proper guidance and the proper direction that he needs. Because at this point, for Zion Williamson, the last thing an injury-prone individual needs is for people to question his character, for people to question his intent, for people to question his commitment and his integrity, and especially all of those to his teammates. For people to question who he is as a teammate when you are already not necessarily viewed in the best light by some within your organization, I don't think that's the prudest, the most pragmatic thing to do. I wouldn't recommend that. So for me, the other piece of it is, when you think of Zion Williamson and you think of Ja Morant and you juxtapose those guys and you see not only are they going to be forever linked because of their connections playing at AAU basketball together, but also obviously Zion was taken 1, Ja Morant was taken 2. And from a talent perspective, both of their skill sets combined are exceptional, and they're both proving to be incredible basketball players, but one has proven to be a better leader as of right now, and that's Ja Morant. Ja Morant is showing the leadership intangibles and tangibles that we haven't been seeing yet from Zion Williamson. Now, again, part of it is, I understand Zion Williamson is dissatisfied with the organization, and that is playing a role, and I'm sure it has nothing to do with CJ McCollum and more so to do with his unhappiness with the New Orleans Pelicans. But I would think if you're Zion Williamson, I'd want to reevaluate my approach. I really would, and how the optics look and how he's going to come across in all of this. So I think, again, there's a lot more to the story that we need to unpack, that needs to be disclosed and revealed. But I would say on a surface level, this isn't the best look for Zion. And this is someone who I've defended, who I've supported, who I really believe in and really enjoy watching. But not the best look. Not the best look if you're Zion today. I'm glad he finally reached out to CJ McCollum. But to wait this long and to basically have to have media pressure being exerted and applied before you reach out, not the best look. Not the best look to me.